Welcome to Power Code Music. In today's presentation, we are going to analyze the Boss Micro BR-80 8-channel digital recorder. We're going to do a quick yet comprehensive review of the unit. In July 2011, Boss released the Micro BR-80 digital recorder. This was an updated version of the Micro BR multi-track recorder. The first Micro BR was released back in 2006 and it was a smash hit. It offered professional quality multi-track recording in a unit that was just a little larger than an iPod. In this review, we're going to analyze the features, technical specifications, and high-level overall functionality of this unit to get an idea of how it works. Finally, I'm going to provide a brief summary of the findings. So with this, sit back and relax and stay with me. We have a lot to cover and you are not going to want to miss it. Let's look at the Boss Micro BR-80's features. This unit is equipped with 3 modes, and if you understand these 3 modes, then you will pretty much have a good handle on how to use the unit. You can use these modes either individually or simultaneously. And they include an 8-track MTR multi-track recorder mode, an E-band mode for onstage backing tracks and phrase training, and a live recording mode for instantly capturing stereo recordings. You can record to SD or SDHC memory cards of up to 32 gigabytes. The unit has a condenser microphone built in for instant audio capture. It also has 64 virtual tracks and 8 simultaneous playback tracks. It has an E-band function for phrase training and play-along tracks, so you can practice with the unit. It has a library of built-in backing and rhythm patterns, so you can get some drum machine action going there. And it also has track editing along with mastering effects and editing and management. You have complete song management as well as, creation, naming, copying, erasing, and so on to manage your songs. It has COSM amps and effects on board, and you can use this device as a USB audio interface. Now we'll move on to the Boss Micro BR-80's technical specifications. We'll start with the available tracks, and these are going to be broken down by mode. The first is the MTR mode, and you can see the specifications here are broken down into simultaneous recording and virtual tracks. The next is the E-band mode. Also has stereo simultaneous recording, and that is a 2-track setup. The next we have a live rec mode, which is also 2-track stereo simultaneous recording. Let's move on to the recorded media. We talked about this a little bit earlier in the features, and of course the unit records to SDHC and SD cards. You have your specifications here. We'll move on to our data types. This is also going to be broken down by modes. The first is the MTR mode, and this is a linear bit depth of 16-bit for the data type. The E-band mode, the specifications are broken down for the E-band songs by WAV and MP3. All the specs are listed for you here. And the live rec mode, the same. It's going to be broken down, all the specifications that is, by WAV and MP3. Moving on, we have the analog to digital and digital to analog conversion, which both are 24 bits, and the sample rate is 44.1 kHz. Now we have the recording time, and the conversions are in 1 track, and these are going to be broken down by modes. The first mode is, of course, the MTR mode, and you have the time of the specifications listed there. Next is the E-band mode. And for the E-band songs, we have the time specifications broken down for you by WAV and MP3. And then the final mode is going to be the live rec mode, and we have the specifications broken down for that time again by WAV and MP3. The additional specifications are as follows. We have the nominal input level, and this is for the guitar mic input jack. We have the specs listed there. The same is for the input impedance. This is for the guitar mic input jack. We have the specifications laid out. And the nominal output level is through the phone's line out jack, which is minus 14 dBu. The output impedance again is for the phone lines out jack, which is 22 ohms, and the display is a graphic LCD, and we have the specs listed there. The USB functionality is 24-bit and 44.1 kHz USB audio, and we have our specs again listed for you there. The connectors are for the guitar mic line in jack for your recording, and we have the specs laid out there. We also have a phone's line out jack and a USB connector, and we have the specs all listed here for all these connectors. The power supply is a DC 9-volt AC adapter. It doesn't come with the unit, and the unit runs on AA alkaline batteries. Last but not least is the size and weight of the unit. We have all 4 dimensions. We have the width, the depth, the height, and of course the weight. Now, let's go through all of the panels on the unit to better understand how to use it and how it works. We'll start with the top panel. First, we have the power button. This, of course, turns the power of the unit on and off. To turn the power off, you'll need to press and hold this button for a few seconds. Here's one interesting thing too, is pressing the power button cycles you through the available modes on the unit. For instance, like the MTR mode, the E-band mode, and the live rec mode. Next, we have the menu button. This button accesses various functions such as the settings for the entire unit. Next, we have the A-B button. This button is used to specify a section to be played back repeatedly. After that, we have the rhythm button. In MTR mode, this calls up the screen where you can change the settings for the rhythm. In E-band mode and in live rec mode, it turns on the metronome. Next, we have the COSM button. This accesses a screen where you can turn the insert effect on and off and edit its settings. To use the built-in tuner, what you want to do is hold down the rhythm buttons or should I say the rhythm button, and then press the COSM button simultaneously. Let's check out the display. Now, of course, this is going to show you different types of information depending upon the settings you're making, such as volume levels and menu screens. Moving on, we have the cursor buttons, and these buttons, of course, move the cursor around the screen. What follows then is the dial wheel. You use this to move the current location of a song, such as you can use it to fast forward or rewind through a song. When making settings for various functions, this dial is also used to edit values. Next, we have the enter button. This confirms a selection or finalizes an entry. What follows that is the exit button. Now, this button will return you to a previous screen or cancel an operation. Moving on, we have the track buttons. You want to use these buttons to select the track to be recorded or played back. Now, on some screens, these buttons also perform or operate as function buttons. Now, their functions are going to be different depending upon the mode you're in. Next, we have the rewind button. The song will continue rewinding if you hold down this button. Also, by holding down the stop and the rewind buttons simultaneously, you can return to the beginning of the song. Next, we have the fast forward button. The song will continue to fast forward if you hold this button down. Next is the stop button. Of course, this stops the recording or the playback. And if you hold down the stop button and press the rewind button, you know what's going to happen. You'll return to the beginning of the song. Next is the play button. This button, of course, plays the song. If the record button is blinking, pressing the play button will start the recording. This button will light green during playback. Next is the record button. This, of course, starts the recording functionality. Now, while in recording standby, this button will blink red, and it'll change to a steady lit red color during recording. What follows then is we have the mic left, right, or built-in stereo microphones. You can use these microphones to record in stereo. Now, this is important. Speakers aren't built into the unit, so in order to hear the sound, you're going to need to use headphones or connect some type of amplified speaker monitors. Let's move on to the side panels, starting with the left side panel. First, we have the DC in jack. Now here you connect an AC adapter, which needs to be a PSA series, and keep in mind that the unit doesn't come with an adapter. Next we have the USB connector. This is a mini B type connector. Use this connector to hook up the BR-80 to your PC via a USB cable. Now when it's connected to your PC, you can do things like use the BR-80 as an audio interface. You can back up the data on the unit to your PC, or you can transfer like audio data to and from your computer. Next we have the phone's line out jack. This is a stereo mini type jack. It's also an output jack for connecting stereo headphones or external audio equipment. Then we have our volume dial. This of course adjusts the volume of the output from the phone line out jack. The next side panel is the right side panel. First we have the guitar mic in jack, which is a 1/4 inch phone type jack. Now here you can connect your guitar, bass, or microphone, and you can use this jack mic select switch that's located on the bottom panel, we'll talk about that in a second, to switch the input between high impedance, which is used for guitar or bass, or low impedance, which is used for a microphone. Now it's recommended by Boss that you use a monaural dynamic microphone with this unit. The BR-80 does not support condenser microphones. Next we have a line-in jack, and of course this is a stereo mini type. The output of your digital audio player can be connected to this jack. Last but not least, we have the rec level dial. Now this adjusts the volume of the input source, such as a guitar or microphone. This will determine the level of the material recorded on the track or the audio signal. The last panel on the BR-80 is the bottom panel, which of course is located under the unit. First we have the battery compartment cover. The BR-80 can operate on 2 AA alkaline batteries or rechargeable nickel metal hydride batteries. Next we have the guitar mic select switch. This is important, we talked about this earlier. Depending upon the device that's connected to the guitar mic in jack, set this to guitar or high impedance device or microphone, which is low impedance device position. Finally, we have the memory card slot. This is where you want to insert an SD card. The BR-80 is shipped from the factory with an included SD card already inserted into the slot. Now this specific SD card contains song data, rhythm data, the USB driver, an E-band song list editor, and a BR series wave converter. In summary, the Boss BR-80 is a pocket-sized mobile digital multi-track recorder that is a great device for musicians who are on a tight budget, who travel a lot, and who may need a fast and easy way to get their ideas documented. The unit is also a good platform to create working demos from live songwriting sessions with a small or large group. From there, you can take those recordings to a larger studio for additional production work. Lastly, the BR-80 is also a fine portable solution for anyone who wants to practice and improve their performances. If PC software-based digital audio workstations or DAWs or larger hardware digital multi-track recording units are too much for you to manage and you need a quick and simple way to record your music, then the Boss BR-80 might be a good solution for you. Well, that, my friends, is a wrap. If you like this video, give it the thumbs up and click the subscribe button on your screen now to join our group. We have new videos coming out every 7 to 10 days and we would love to have you be a part of our team. Also leave a comment in the comment section below. Let us know what you think about this video. And check us out on Facebook, Instagram, and Spotify. Also, while you're here, listen to some of the music on the channel, watch some of the other videos, check out our playlist, lots of good information there. Let us know what you think about that too. Thank you so much for stopping by. We really do appreciate it and we look forward to seeing you soon.